Hey guys, James here today and welcome back to another Sims 4 apartment build. Today we're building on the smaller penthouse lot in the Arts District, which for some reason I mentioned in the last sort of penthouse build I did that there was only 2 penthouses. There's 3. And to be honest, I actually didn't know this one existed, so that shows you how much I explored this world before making that decision. Anyway, so I thought we'd go here just because it is a little bit smaller. This is still going to be a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom penthouse, much like the last one I did, but obviously that was on a 40 by 30 lot. This is on a 20 by 30, so it's much smaller. And I don't know, it was just a lot. It was a lot of fun to build on. Again, I went with the same idea of trying to keep the look of the existing building. I didn't want to do just some random house on top of a building because that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I try to make it match in with the existing building that we have down below and sort of keep the same aesthetic going throughout the whole thing. This is obviously also in the Arts District, so we made it a little bit funky. It's super industrial, as the title may suggest. It is a very industrial styled build, and I think I am so happy with the living space in this. Just wait, just you wait, and you'll be like, "Whoa, how did he do that?" Actually, you probably won't ask how I did it because you can see exactly how I did it. You'll probably be like, "Whoa, that looks good. Good job, man." That's all I can ask, is just for a good job, man. So if you could just comment that down below, that would make me very happy. So yeah, as you can see, I'm actually copying the same layout of the windows throughout the build. I actually found out that those windows do not have any matching color to them. Also, that middle window does not actually line up with the grid at all. So there is absolutely nothing you can do to make those windows on this side of the build line up, which was incredibly frustrating. So instead, you can see I'm still trying. I'm like, why doesn't that line up? Why are there no matching colors? Maybe I missed something. I didn't. Instead, I just took some liberty and just did those large windows there instead, which I still think looks all right. But for the most part, the build does match the rest of the existing sort of building. So in this penthouse, I was going to say apartment, but it is more it is technically an apartment. Anyway, in this penthouse, I decided to actually have like a little lobby area, because the last one I did, the elevator just opened straight into the apartment, which is cool, but sometimes you kind of don't want neighbors just rocking up inside of your house immediately. So I just did that little entryway off to the side there with a nice sort of front door that leads into the main living space. So this apartment has 1 large living space and then 3 bedrooms is essentially how I've laid it out. And you'll see it taking shape here because I was really trying to figure out how I wanted to do this. And you can see I started off with some really weird and interesting shapes. I'm like, why am I doing that? Why would I make it that shape? And I was trying to figure out, so the bedroom on the right, or the large room on the right there, is going to be the master bedroom. I was trying to figure out how I get an ensuite in there because I definitely wanted to have an ensuite. And I think that's the layout we go with. So what I was actually doing now, because normally I don't start furnishing this early on, but I was actually like, you know what, I want to start furnishing because if the layout doesn't work, I want to be able to change it around and make it a little bit different. So I started putting everything where I thought it would go, and then I kind of just got carried away and kept furnishing. So the kitchen fits really well into that little nook there. It fits underneath all the windows, has those huge windows out to the sort of patio area or balcony area, if you will. And it all just really, it just came together. I was just feeling it, you know? I was just feeling it. It's really good to be back home now and have time to just sit down and build, because when I was just away all the time, it's just, I had no time to build. There's not a lot of inspiration, but this one, I don't know, I just sat down, started building, and it just, you know, it just came to me. It really did. I think it really came down to those windows, because the windows I'm using on this one, those huge ones, the same ones that the previous penthouse, well, the pre-built penthouse came with. So I thought, you know what, I'll keep that style, and I'll just do a different layout, make it my own. And it really just has this industrial vibe. So I decided to get those sort of studio-looking lights. So we've got those big steel beams from Get to Work as well. And we're just getting all of these industrial items here and there. And of course we brought the bricks inside as well. I do love me a good exposed brick. There's a lot of brick in it. If brick is not your thing, then this is probably not the apartment for you, but I think it looks pretty cool. So we have that nice bookcase there. I really love that little study nook. It's not like super private, it's not closed away, but it does have that little privacy screen, and it is kind of just around the corner in that little nook, which I think is quite nice. It has that big window there as well. I was quite happy with it, actually. And the kitchen, I decided to I really wish that they had a stove that didn't have like a back plate to it. Because you can see how the stove actually sticks up in the middle of the island counter. It's a bit hard to see at the moment. It sticks up. But I really wanted it to be right there because then you can sort of be cooking and there could be Sims sitting at the table. This apartment is really designed to be kind of, I guess, a party vibe apartment. You know, it's supposed to have parties and entertaining, have friends around all the time. I think that's the way that this one has been designed. Well, I don't think that's the way it's been designed. That's the way I designed it. Like, you have this big entertaining space. If you're an introverted Sim, this is probably not the apartment. I mean, you could have this, but you just wouldn't have any friends over. But yeah, this is very much an entertaining style of place. I also only just found those hanging curtain decorations, which I thought were quite cool, and I really wanted to use them somewhere. I didn't know where, but they crop up a little bit later. Thing. Right here, I was really struggling to find the bowl of fruit. I don't know why. I couldn't remember if it was in miscellaneous, if it was in clutter items. I couldn't find it. I just couldn't. So I don't know if I was entirely convinced that it was the best idea to have the sort of apartment door opening right into the living room, like right into where the sofas are. But I think it worked out okay because I really liked the layout and there wasn't anywhere else I really could have put all the stuff. And I think it turned out right because I didn't want to have like a specific entrance foyer. I think it's okay because you sort of open it up, and when you open up that sort of front door, you come into this big open room. I'm saying open a lot, but it is. You come into this big room. You have the living area right in front of you, which is a nice place to just sit and chill. And then you have, I guess, essentially what is a corridor behind the sofas, because that's where all the doors go and all that. I was just playing around with some decorations here, but a lot of this stuff had to change just because I realized, oh, I need to get some doors in, so I can't have that huge canvas art there. I do have to get rid of that. Just a sip of coffee. And then I wanted some more of those steel beams in as well, just to sort of tie it all together. And then I had this big corner, which I was like, well, it's not going to be another living room. It's not a dining space. It's not a kitchen. It's not a study because we've done all that. So I just kind of made it like a little games corner. I did put some more bookcases there because I thought it was quite fitting. I just got a couple more bookcases, got the foosball table. I don't know, it looks like a bit of fun now in that corner, you know. So I think that also really adds to the sort of entertainment vibe of this apartment. Like you have this big room that has the study, foosball table, TV area, kitchen, dining, all in the one space. So you could really have a whole bunch of people over. You could have a whole party in this area and still be able to talk to everyone. I think it'd be really cool. You could also just like clean it out and just have a big sort of open warehouse room. It's going to be a warehouse penthouse. I don't know. Also decided to put that canvas behind the bookcases because I thought it looked quite cool. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do black curtains initially in this build, but I think they actually worked really, really nicely when I started using those black curtains everywhere. But we've mostly done the living space now. Actually, I think we have finished it. And we're just going to move on to the bedrooms. Yeah, we totally are. Ha! Moving on to the bedrooms. So there's like one huge bedroom, as you can see, and then two like, whatever kind of bedrooms. Like just the kids kind of get a bit shafted, or whoever's staying in those rooms gets a bit shafted. But the master suite is pretty awesome. So I did this huge archway. Then I used that hanging curtain as a bit of like a shade because it's kind of like because there's that huge, absolutely colossal window in the walk-in wardrobe, which is essentially what that little room is here. And I didn't want to cover that window up by putting a door there, right? So I wanted the light to be able to come through, but I was like, I also put curtains on that big window, but I was like, you know what? Sometimes you don't want to close the curtains fully, so why don't we have this hanging curtain in the sort of archway? So that would sort of just create a bit of shade, and I guess you could draw it back if you wanted to. So I thought that kind of made a bit of sense, and that's why I did that. And then just a little ensuite bathroom, nothing too special. We've got a bathtub, toilet, shower, sink. You know, it's a full set of a bathroom in there. That bed was not going to fit well at all. I thought we'd divide this room in twain, if you will. Probably you will not, but if you will, in twain. Just because, I don't know. It was a pretty big room. I didn't want to put the bed against the windows, and I didn't want to put it against the back wall, just because that would cut the pathway you'd walk into the bedroom to the walk-in robe. It would just sort of block it off a bit. So I thought it made a bit more sense to just put the bed in the middle of the room and then have like a little seating area on the other side with the TV, and just so the parents or I guess whoever lives here can get away. And there's just another sitting area because there's only that one big open space. And by the way, if you've been counting how many times I've said open right now in this video, then congratulations. It's probably over 9,000. Yeah, it was a nice little little retreat for parents or I guess whoever lives here that wants to get away. And it's just a little bit cozier. That's all. Just moving on to the other bathroom, which I guess is the main bathroom, just because it's accessible from the living space. So all your dirty, filthy, grubby little guests could come in here and wash their grubby little fingers if they needed to. So yeah, that's the other bathroom. Just pretty similar style to the other one, using mostly the same items. I love that those curtains come in so many different sizes because it fits really well on the smaller windows that we have in there. And then we have the two little bedrooms here. Now I designed one as just a single bedroom like this. I mean, they're both technically single bedrooms, I would imagine. But the second bedroom, which I'll do in just a moment's time, I decided to put a double bed in there. So it's like, I don't know, maybe like... just a young adult or a teen or something lives in there and they just want a bigger bed. They don't really care about what else is in their room, so they shoved a big double bed in that room and just made it as comfortable as possible, even though it's the world's smallest room. That's not the world's smallest room, but it's not the world's biggest room, that's for sure. The only problem I have with this, I mean, to be fair, I could have changed it, but with this penthouse and the last one I did, is the walls are so tall that it leaves a lot of blank space up the top in terms of decorations. Like, there's not a lot going on, but I think it's okay for the most part, because usually when you're playing the game you don't really see all the way up the top of the walls anyway, so I think it's alright. But I wasn't quite sure, and I wasn't really sure what to do with the color scheme in that room, but I think it landed up alright. Just a bunch of posters, my usual kind of theme. I don't know who that room is for, kid, teen, young adult. It could be anyone really. It's just a bit of a generic one with posters and all that. But yeah, in this one I decided to go like, they went full extravagant. They got this huge double bed, they shoved it in there, and I decided that they're gonna have a TV on the little dresser there facing the bed, so that they could sit in bed, watch TV, and just get real cozy. I thought that would be quite nice. And then just a little chair over there in the changing space, and a very fluffy red rug with the painting on the wall as well, which I thought was quite nice. Anyway, so I guess we're going to move, I think we're moving outside because we got two balcony areas or two patios. There's actually a third one, which you will notice, but that doesn't have any door to access it. Which the other one is at the back of the bedrooms on the other side of the apartment, but... there was no door to access it. I didn't really think there was a good spot to put a door in either, so I kind of just left it inaccessible, just as like a roof space. This one out here is very much a green thumb's delight. It's just a little garden area. I guess so you can have a little bit of a green space up here as well, because you're in an apartment. There's no garden. But I thought this would act as that. So you got all the grass on the side, hedges at the back for a little bit of privacy from the big skyscraper next to it, and a couple of pots where you can plant your own things, and then a little dining table with a shade as well that you just saw, which I thought was quite nice. And this side, because this one is accessible directly from the kitchen, the other one you kind of have to go through the study nook, which is not that out of the way, but this one seems like it's more accessible, a lot easier. So this one comes straight off the kitchen. I thought this is obviously going to be the entertaining balcony. This is part of the party. This is part of the party. So we got the beautiful barbecue area there, the bar, the stools, a huge hot tub. And I decided to put another screen in on that side because, as you can see, there's that huge skyscraper on the other side there. So it just acts as a little bit of a privacy wall. And that's it. Obviously, it's not going to be completely private with that huge skyscraper next door, but it just adds that little bit of extra, a little bit of privacy, just don't look over here, guys. Thanks, guys. A little bit of coffee. Do I need more coffee? Maybe I don't. I think I'm already talking quite fast. And then I decided just to get a little seating area in here. And then I do an outdoor dining table as well. So plenty of places to hang out and chillax, if you will, if that's what the kids are still saying these days, because I am well hip and I'm well together with it. I am on fleek, on point, and I know all the stylish words, like all the totally radical and totally tubular. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so the outside of the apartment here, I don't know. I was looking at it, and the outside of the apartment, I don't know, there's nothing that special about it. I'm going to be honest. It just blends in with the building. it doesn't really stand out a huge amount. But I think the real magic is on the inside. And I am really, really happy with this space. I love this. Look at it. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm personally very pleased with how this turned out. I started off furnishing earlier than I would have, and I think it ended in the exact right spot. Look at that little study nook. The lighting that comes in here as well. I just love the amount of windows and light, and it just all flows together. Really industrial look as well. I love the industrial styling of this place. It's really cool. There's a kitchen. There's a bin there as well. Did I ever get anything in the kitchen? I usually do. I don't think I did. Yeah, we have a fridge, we have a dishwasher, sink, bin, all that. There's a little garden space out the side there, which I think is really cozy as well. And just an overview of the interior, so you can see sort of a bit better of the layout. There's the entertaining balcony there. Look at that view. Oh, no, I'm really happy with this. But like I said, the outside was kind of but the inside, oh, it is where it shines. I like that bedroom. It's quite simple. I also like this bedroom. It's quite simple too, but it's nice. It really is. But of course, if you want to download this, it is on the Sims 4 gallery. You can click the link in the description down below. That will take you to the gallery where you can download this. Or you can search for hashtag the Sim Supply. Or you can search for the title of this build. Or you can search for my origin ID, which is the Sim Supply, all one word, on the gallery, and you'll be able to find all my builds there. So just one last overview of that space. I love that picture there. That's so good. Anyway, here is the floor plan overview. You can see how it's all laid out, where everything sort of fits in. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the build because this was one, I don't know, this one just kind of flowed out of me. I just booted up the game. I was just like, you know what? I feel like building today, and that's exactly what I decided to do. And I don't think it could have come out any better. I'm super pleased with it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have an awesome day.